Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Recently I was contacted by a company called Super Clean. They make different cleaning products, and they contacted me and asked me if I would like to receive some products from them to test out. And I told them, yeah, sure, no problem, I'd be glad to do it. I'm always looking for something new that works good. So Jessica and Todd at Super Clean, I want to thank you guys for sending me this box. I haven't opened it yet, so we're going to go ahead and open it now and see what's in it, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with it. Okay. Get this open. Okay, first thing I got me a hat, Super Clean hat. That's pretty cool. I like that color. And a t-shirt. Super Clean Tough Task Cleaner-Degreaser. Okay. Okay, the first product is it's a spray-on product. It's a Super Clean Tough Task Cleaner-Degreaser. Dissolves grease, super easy, super fast. Okay, it looks like you can use it on brakes, grills, engines. Oh, I think I'm gonna use this on our grill. Let's see how that does. Okay, it looks like this is the same stuff. It's biodegradable detergents, which I like. In a squirt bottle. And this, oh cool, this is exactly one of the things I was wanting to try it on. As everybody knows, any car with disc brakes, the front wheels are hard to keep clean, and that dust that comes off the brakes really sticks hard to those wheels. You have to really scrub. Sometimes you scrub and scrub and you gotta let them soak and scrub and to get it off. So when I knew they were sending me these products, I didn't know they were sending me the wheel cleaner. I was just going to use a regular cleaner if that's what they sent me, but this is going to work out great because I purposely haven't been washing my truck for, I think they contacted me probably about, I don't know, 2 months ago maybe, and I received the products probably a month ago, but I've been busy with other things, and this is the first chance I've had to even open the box to see what they sent me. But I purposely left my truck dirty. I haven't washed it at all for the last 2 months. So the wheels are really dirty. So this is going to be a perfect test for that. I can't hardly wait to try it out on that. So let me get the camera set up and out on my truck, and we'll get going on this. Okay, this is everything that came in their package, along with some literature. It talks about the 5 different products they offer here. It looks like they got some floor absorbent, kind of like oil dry, the aerosol can, wheel cleaner, and foaming trigger. I guess they call that foaming trigger. And it tells you what each one does. Kind of gives you your ratios for, you know, the strengths you need to dilute these down to use them for different applications. It's got indoor, outdoor, auto, RV, and marine, which I didn't realize this stuff you could use in your house. I might have Diane try this on some her cleaning. She loves to clean, so she'll definitely get a workout with this stuff. But if you read on this stuff, it talks about you can clean engines, tools, grills, driveways, outdoor furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, stainless steel, fiberglass, concrete, and many other cleaning uses. So it's a lot more versatile than what I thought it would be. I thought it was strictly automotive, but it looks like you can use it in the house too, so that's great. And then they give me a letter, you know, they say they recommend starting with lowest concentrations as outlined in the dilution chart. And again, always test, and this goes with any cleaning product or any type of chemical you're using around your vehicles or anything. Always test Super Clean in an inconspicuous area and start with the item as cool as possible. So you don't want to be out in the hot sun with any cleaning products really. but they're recommending not doing that. Super Clean works best with cold water, and it is important to never let Super Clean dry on the surface. And again, most of these type of cleaners are that way. You don't ever want them to dry on your surface. It's going to stain the surface. You won't be able to get it off. Could damage the paint and the finish on your parts and your vehicles and things. Always be cautious when using Super Clean on motorcycles, aluminum, untreated glass, and painted and powder coated surfaces. Super Clean is an aggressive cleaner, may damage these materials if not used properly. So again, make sure you look at the dilution chart on any cleaning product, but they're giving it with you with the products, which is great. And also, if you're cleaning a large area, you may want to work in small sections at a time. So don't spray your whole car down with something and try to get it clean, because it's going to dry out before you get to it, and it could damage the finish. So. Says the original Super Clean product was created 44 years ago. At full strength, Super Clean is the most powerful, tough, task cleaner degreaser you can find. And when you dilute it with water for everyday messes, Super Clean is the most cost-effective cleaner you can find. So, if you need any more information, you go to superclean.com. I'll put a link down below in the description, and a list of all the products they sent me. So here's all the different places you can pick Super Clean up at, along with, there's probably other smaller places too you can get, but these are the main stores. And even got a decal. So this is not going to be a promotional video for Super Clean. I'm not getting paid to do this. They just sent me some products to try out. I'm going to be honest about my results with them, and you guys can make up your own mind if you feel like it's something that would work for you or not. Like I always say with any of my videos, do your research. I'm doing this at my own risk on my own vehicles, and I'm not recommending anything I do to anybody to do it the way I'm doing it. I'm just telling you this is the way I do stuff. So always do your research and make up your own mind if this, whatever I'm doing, whether I'm tightening a bolt down on my car or welding or whatever, or using Super Clean products, you decide yourself that'll work for you, and use all the safety precautions. Read all the instructions with any product and follow them to the letter, and do what they tell you to do, because they're the experts. I'm not. I'm just a guy like you guys, enjoying the hobby, working on cars and things. So I'll go ahead and get this set up, and we'll get started. Okay, this is the driver's side front wheel on my Chevy Silverado. You can see how dirty this is. Kind of embarrassed to even show these. I don't like to have my truck this dirty, but let's go ahead and get set up, and we'll go ahead and try to see what we can do to clean these wheels up. On the bottle, it's got directions on the back. It says clean one wheel at a time. It says rinse wheel thoroughly with cold water, and then coat the wheel surface with Super Clean all-wheel cleaner, and hold the bottle about 6 inches away when you spray. It says allow foaming action to work for 30 seconds. For extremely dirty wheels, agitate with soft brush or sponge. Rinse wheel thoroughly. Dry with a soft, clean towel to prevent water spots. Okay, I'm going to wet this down with cold, clean water. Okay, I'll let that soak for 30 seconds. And I've tried other wheel cleaning products that say, you know, spray it on, let it soak for 30 seconds or a minute, and then rinse it off. I've never had one yet where that worked. It did help break it loose, but it's still dirty. Without scrubbing it, I couldn't get it to come off. So I'm kind of anxious to see how this stuff does. Okay, I've let that sit for about 30 seconds. So now we're going to just rinse it off and see how much dirt it takes off with that. Okay, you can see where, as it ran down, and it was kind of running over it did kind of rinse it off. You can see down in here. But the main areas are still pretty dirty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray the wheel again with the cleaner, and then I'm going to take a sponge and try rubbing, see how much it's going to take to rub to get this stuff to break loose. I don't really expect any cleaner to just spray it on and it takes this stuff right off. For a cleaner to be that powerful, you're going to start damaging the finish on your wheels and things. It's just like your car. If you notice when you go to wash your car, if it's really dirty, you can spray it off, but if you don't take a mitt and scrub it, it's still going to have a layer of dirt on it when it dries. So it's kind of the same with wheels. I don't really expect any product to come in and cut this stuff off without having to put a little bit of elbow grease in it. But I have tried products where no matter how much you scrub, it still won't take all of the brake dust material off the wheel. So let's try this. I'll let that sit for just a few more seconds. And I took a nice spray, just a little bit, you can see on my foam pad, and this is brand new, so there's no other chemicals in it that we can say, well, that interfered with the test here. But okay. Wow. I don't even really hardly have to rub. I just stick it in there and go. And it's taking that brake dust right out. Like I said, I've tried some cleaners where, you know, you rub like that, and you'll still have a little bit on it, on the wheel. But that, I mean, it's just coming right off. I think I get, you can see it just comes right off with my hand. It's dissolving it really well. I'm really happy with that. That's working really good. And it doesn't have a strong caustic smell either. Like, I keep comparing things to Simple Green, because to me, Simple Green, it's a pretty good cleaner. And it's supposed to be safe for the environment, non-toxic, all that. But boy, I tell you what, if you're spraying and you get a whiff of that, get close like this to this wheel, get a whiff of that, it'll take your breath away. And this stuff has no, I mean, it's got a little bit of a smell, but it's not a, I don't even know how to explain it. It's not a strong toxic smell or caustic or anything like that. It's just got a bit of a smell to it. It's not really sweet, it's not really sour. I mean, I don't know what you call it. It doesn't smell like flowers or anything. I mean, it's not like a fragrance like that, but wow, that looks nice. There's no residue left on there or anything. That's amazing. That cleaned up very well. I'm really impressed with that. Like I said, it didn't really do much of spraying on, rinsing it off, but I didn't really expect it to, and I don't think you'll find any wheel cleaner that will. And if you do, you're probably gonna be real careful, or else you're gonna take your finish right off your wheels if you leave it on a second too long. But I'm very happy with that. I think it did what it's supposed to do, and like I say, this wheel's probably got 2 months worth of brake dust on it. Back in the back, I need to do that because normally I don't clean back inside of there because this stuff back in the back is usually so strong that, you know, it won't come off. So wow. That is amazing. You can see back in there. Okay. Well, I'm really happy with that. I'll go ahead and do the other side now. The one thing I wish it did have, I noticed their degreaser product has where you can set it one way and it'll be a stream, and you turn it 180 degrees, it'll be a spray. This just says on, and it's almost just a straight spray. I kind of wish they had a little bit of a mist where it would cover more of the wheel as you spray it. Make it a little bit easier to apply, I think. It's not very hot out today, but man, I can see what they mean. The stuff dries pretty quickly, so you definitely want to get it rinsed off before it dries. And there you have it. I'm very impressed that that's the easiest I've ever cleaned my wheels. Figures after using super clean parts today, I might as well dress the part, right? I got my hat on, I got my shirt on. I just finished doing the wheels on my truck. I pulled my Jeep out and I got a little confused. I thought it was the wheels on my Jeep that had some spots on them that didn't clean up last time I cleaned my Jeep. But it's actually, it's Diane's car. She's got a Chevy Cobalt. And I washed it, I think it was last weekend or the weekend before last. And on the hubcaps, it's got plastic hubcaps, and there was some of the brake dust I couldn't get off, and I just didn't even bother. I tried scrubbing with the stuff I had and it didn't take it off. So when she gets home from work today, I'm gonna go ahead and do that car. But I did learn a very, very valuable lesson with this stuff. And I don't know, maybe I should have thought it through before I did my truck. And let me show you on the Jeep first. First off, the wheels on the Jeep turned out really good. As you can see, the wheels themselves look really good. I sprayed those and I scrubbed those too the same time I did the rims, and they turned out really good. Okay, and the reason I'm pointing that out, I want you to notice how clean the wheels look. Okay, I pulled my truck out of the way over here, and I had to reverse my viewfinder so I could see what I was showing you. Okay, the wheels look great, right? But look at this. See how it stained the wheel? This was at the bottom, and all the stuff running down, I guess it did that to the wheel. I'm going to take it back over, and you can kind of see where I got a little bit of overspray up here. So I'm going to spray the whole wheel and scrub it and dry it off and see if that goes away like it did on the Jeep. I just think I should have scrubbed the whole wheel when I did the rim and not just the wheels. I've never had another cleaner do that, but again, this stuff seems to be a little more aggressive than other cleaners. Here's the front wheel. You can see the same thing. This is where it was sitting on the concrete. Everything ran down this way, and top looks good except you can see some overspray. And down here, and it really doesn't want to wipe off, so I'm going to have to spray it down with some of that cleaner again. And I did it on, you know, on every wheel. And I'm not going to wash the rest of the truck today because it's like 95% chance of rain tomorrow. So I'm going to wait till after the weekend to do the rest of the truck. But you can see it definitely stained the wheel. This is where it was down on the ground. So I got to pull back over and get it cleaned off and see if that goes away. Okay, you can see this side over here is the side that's got the discoloration on it. So I'm going to do it just like I did on my Jeep. I'm just going to wet the wheel down. I'm not going to clean the wheel again. I'm just going to clean the tire. Let that soak for just a minute because it's that other stuff dried on there. I hope it didn't stain the wheel. It would look really bad if it did. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 3 wheels and we'll see what they look like. Okay, I sprayed them down with the Super Clean wheel cleaner and let them sit for a little bit, and then I scrubbed them, and you can see it didn't do, I mean, it took a little bit off, but it actually made this side of the wheel look worse now after I sprayed it with that. I did all 4 wheels. I'm gonna try something. I have another product here. I got this for Christmas from my daughter Amanda in a set that had a bunch of other cleaners and things in it. This is Armor All ceramic wheel cleaner. I've used this before. I used it on my Jeep. I'm not going to use it to clean the wheels, but I am going to see if it'll clean the tires. Okay, I'm going to use a different mitt so I don't get any of the Super Clean mixed in with this, so we can sell this as a fair trial. The wheel's been rinsed off. I'll go ahead and wet it down. I'm going to spray this stuff on it. This is kind of like a foam. And see how that covers in one swoop? And I'm going to talk about that more later at the end of the video. Let that soak for a little bit. I'm going to rub it just the same way I did with the Super Clean, except for that other mitt. I think they're both about as the same abrasive, because that one's like a terry cloth. This is just kind of like a terry cloth fingered. So I don't think it's any more aggressive than that other one was. I think the thing that might be hurting me is, after I rinse it off, I almost need to come back and wipe it off, I guess, maybe, that Super Clean stuff. Because that's what it looks like. It looks like, even though I rinsed it with clean water and it was clean looking, there was no bubbles coming off of it when I stopped rinsing it, you can kind of see the run marks in it as it dried. So let's see if we get the same results from this. I'm going to have to let that dry and we'll get back to it. I'm not going to do the other 3 till I see how this one turns out. Okay, this wheel's pretty dry. You can still see the discoloration here. Okay, it did help a little bit over here, but where the main stuff ran down originally, it's not cutting it. So I'm going to try a couple different things on that, but I want to show you on my Jeep. These wheels, these are Toyos. They're brand new wheels. I probably don't have 2,000 miles on them, and I don't know what kind of rubber compound they use in or what. They're 60,000 mile tires, so it's some pretty good rubber. So you can see on my Jeep, they turned out pretty good. Okay, and I did them the same way I did the wheels on the truck. I wet them, I sprayed them down, let them sit for 30 seconds, and I wiped them down with that same mitt, and then just rinsed them off. Okay, and they didn't seem to streak like that. So I don't know if you have to be careful what brand tires you have or what, but I think what I'm going to try on this front wheel, I'm going to go ahead. I have this. It's a same Armor All. I got it with the same kit. I got it at Christmas time. This is tire coating, and again, it's a ceramic stuff. I'm going to spray it on there and just see if it hides it or maybe eliminates it. I don't know. We'll see. Let me get a camera set back up here. And again, if you notice the spray pattern on this, it pretty much covers the whole wheel as I go around. I'm not having to okay, I'm gonna let that sit and soak in for a little bit. Okay, in this back wheel here, I'm gonna try, this is bleach white. It used to be from a company called Wesley's Bleach White. Back when I was 18 years old, I bought this stuff. Works great for cleaning your white walls and cleaning your tires. I'm guessing at one point, I just noticed this, the last bottle I bought, that it says Magic Black or Black Magic Bleach White. So I'm thinking they got bought out, Wesley's got bought out by Black Magic. Still smells the same, still works the same, still the same product. So I'm just gonna wet this down. I'm going to try that and see if that'll take those stains off. This stuff's pretty caustic. You want to have a well-ventilated area when you're using it. It'll take your breath away if you get a whiff of it. Kind of like Simple Green. Very caustic smelling. You can see how the suds are turning dark already. That kind of tells me it is cutting through the surface of that, whatever's on the tires. So and I'm using a stiff bristle brush. It's a little more aggressive than those other pads, but I found that works really good with this Wesley. And just like all the other stuff, you don't want it to dry on there. You want to get it rinsed off before it dries. Yeah, you can see all that dirt coming off that tire. And I'm just going to let that drain dry. I'm not going to wipe it off. That way, if it stains, we'll have the same results. But I'm going to go back up and clean off the other front wheel. But that definitely cleaned up the tire. So if that Wesley's Black Magic Bleach White doesn't do it, this stuff will. Okay, so as you can see, it's still stained a little bit. It's still drying, but it's still got that discoloration to it. So the Bleach White did help. It didn't get rid of all of it, but that ceramic wheel dressing from Armor All seemed to clean it off. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and spray the other 3 wheels of my truck with that. If you look at that wheel, that looks beautiful. All the discoloration's gone. Come over on this side. beautiful. So the Armor All ceramic wheel coating cleaned that staining off of the tire. Show you. That used to be a blue rag. So I used 2 rags. One I went first and cleaned the worst of it off, and went back and kind of cleaned the rest up. That's what it should look like. It's pretty dirty. So they look good now. I'm very happy with the wheels and the tires. I was kind of wondering there at first. Like I said, the Jeep turned out really good, and I didn't do those any differently than I did these. Other than I did spray the whole tire and go around them with that sponge with the terry cloth on it, and then just rinsed them off. I didn't wipe them off or anything, so there was no really runs or anything I can see in them from the stuff running down and staining. So I don't know why it did it so bad on these tires. The tires on the Jeep are BF Goodrich. These are Toyos. If it's something to do with rubber compound, I don't know, but that's something you're going to have to watch if you're doing your vehicles. Like I say, you might want to try the backside of a wheel first and just see what it does to it before you do your whole wheel. And also, when you're spraying them, make sure you rinse. If any of that splatters up on the paint, make sure you get that off, because I don't know what it could do to the paint if you leave it on there. You've seen what it did to the wheels. Didn't hurt anything other than I had to go back and clean them again, which sometimes I use tire dressing on my vehicles like the truck. I usually always use it on the Corvette and the Jeep, but it's a hit or miss on the truck. Depends on what I got going on that day, how hot it is out, what mood I'm in, how lazy I feel if I want to put tire shine on them. Overall, they turned out pretty good. Okay, so we just finished cleaning the wheels on my Chevy Silverado and on my Jeep Cherokee Sport. And so I want to kind of review a little bit about the Super Clean product, the one I use, the wheel cleaner. Make sure I grab the right bottle. They both look the same. Okay, so the good first, the stuff works excellent for cleaning the wheel itself. And by far, this one I felt like was the easiest to clean a wheel as far as manually scrubbing the wheel after you spray this stuff on. Normally I got to spray a wheel a couple times with most cleaners, let them soak and go in there and rub and get the brake dust off. This one, as soon as I sprayed on one of the wheels, I just started wiping immediately and it came right off. I was very impressed with that. It worked really good. Okay. The couple of downsides to this product that I've seen, first off, is the spray nozzle on this. It's got the off position and then on position, off position, and on position. Okay, the nozzle on this product has an off position, a stream position, off position, and then a spray position. Okay, I did 8 tires with this 32-ounce bottle, and it's almost empty. I don't think I had enough to do maybe 2 more tires. It's almost completely gone. And I think that's because of the spray nozzle. It sprays out in such a narrow stream, and it's foam, that you have to keep going and spraying repeatedly to get the whole wheel covered. I think they need to put a nozzle on here like they have on the degreaser cleaner, where you can use that spray pattern to get it where it'll coat it quicker. I think you'd use a lot less product, and I think you'd get the same result. I don't think it takes much of this product to clean, but unfortunately with this nozzle, I felt like I wasted a lot of the product just trying to get the wheel coated. So I kind of hope maybe they can look at that, and I think if I had to do it over again, I would have taken the nozzle off of this bottle and put on this bottle and just use the same nozzle on both bottles and switching them back and forth, rinsed it out each time, and that way I'd have that spray function to get that bigger pattern, so I didn't waste so much material. Okay, the other thing was the staining of the tires, and I'm going to give it, I'm not going to fault it totally, the Super Clean product, because it didn't do it to my Jeep. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe the rubber compound in those Toyo tires is different than the BF Goodrich tire, and for whatever reason it allowed it to stain and streak them. As far as a wheel cleaner, I love it, and I will continue to use it as a wheel cleaner, but I'm going to be very cautious with it in the future. One thing, I'm going to use this sprayer so I don't use so much product, and the other thing is I'm going to be very careful about when it gets on the wheels. I know I'm probably going to have to do something secondary to the wheels to get them cleaned back up again. But overall, I was very happy with the way it cleaned the wheel itself, and I think you would be too. And like I said earlier at the beginning of the video, anytime you use any type of chemical or solution or paint or sandpaper or whatever, make sure you follow the manufacturer's recommendations and read all the precautions on the back of the bottle and the instructions. I'm not telling you how to use these products. I'm not recommending how to use them. Read the instructions, follow the manufacturer's recommendations. Definitely try it. If you're using any product, try it in a place like Super Clean recommends, someplace inconspicuous, so if it does stain, if it does damage the paint, it's in an area that's not going to show up, and you'll know not to use it on the areas where it will show up. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I am going to do another video for the Super Clean Degreaser Cleaner. I want to thank Super Clean for providing the products. I hope it wasn't too hard on you. I try to be honest and fair, and I'm not getting paid for this video. They're not sponsoring this video. I'm doing it just as a service to you guys that do maintain your own vehicles and things, and you're always looking for a good product to use. There's nothing fun about cleaning a car, waxing a car, keeping it clean. I don't mind doing it, but it's not one of my favorite things to do. I mean, I can think of a million other things I'd rather do than to sit down and wax my car. But unfortunately, that's part of the deal of having vehicles, especially have vehicles you care about, is maintaining them. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this was informative. Please leave comments below what you think. I'll leave a description in the below the video on these products. And like I say, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.